What's up guys, this is Anime Crossover. I'm back with a new series of What If Naruto Was the Descendant of Goku Part 1. And if you did enjoy this video, give this video 300 likes for the next part. And if you're new to my channel and like my content, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more crossover fictions with a twist. Now let's begin this new video.
Chapter 1. Prologue Part 1. Naruto Uzumaki Saga, beginning. A 15-year-old Naruto Uzumaki wearing black hair like that of a great hero, a legend so many centuries ago, was training outside of the village amid the forests of the leaf in a tiny training field he set up for himself. His hair was black, sticking up in different directions wildly, with small amounts of streaks blonde-colored hair within inheriting it from his father's side, the same with his brows being only black, sky-blue-colored eyes, fair skin, and just barely noticeable whisker-like markings on the sides of his cheeks. If you wanted to know if he really had those markings on his cheeks, you would have to get up close and personal with him to view them because they would appear to be absent from a distance. If you thought he was a shrimp, you were wrong since he stood at a height of 168 centimeters, the same as Sasuke Uchiha, the current Rookie of the Year at the Leaf Ninja Academy. Moving on from his physical description, consider the clothing he wore on his form. He didn't wear this orange jumpsuit that shouted, "Over here, come kill me because I'm so obsessed with orange." He appeared to be wearing a shirt similar to what the Uchiha clan wore with those mid-tall collars, but instead of black, it was a dark crimson-red color shirt like the color of blood, and the same could be said for the color of his pants, which he wore with a pair of blue ninja sandals. In fact, because he had a sort of V that was parted apart, the dark blue shirt he appeared to be wearing below it was visible. In terms of accoutrements, he looked to only wear two things: a short blue sash that he seemed to wear around his waist like a belt and blue fingerless gloves with the color orange on the knuckles. Look at his back and you'll notice what almost looks like a dragon wrapped up like a snake with the dragon's head in the center, and the thing is, it almost looks like Shenron. Thank goodness these colors he wore were not as bright as normal red and blue, but they were much darker versions of the individual colors, with the only bright red color he had on his clothes being the Z on the back of the collar of his shirt, just for show and an epic nod to Dragon Ball Z. That dark blue sash he was wearing he wished he could replace with a leaf headband tied around his waist, and he couldn't wait for that day. What was he doing out here in the middle of the leaf's woodlands by himself, other from avoiding the chilly looks of the majority of the villagers? He was doing what he did best to become stronger and stronger, which was training. Naruto was currently standing in the midst of the clearing of the surrounding trees, doing a sequence of punches and kicks while his shirt, sandals, and gloves were removed, and his blue shirt that he wore underneath covered the top form of his body. He kept throwing different punches and kicks in different directions, attempting to be as quick as possible. It was not only in strict martial arts that he trained himself, but also in ninjutsu, such as having mastered the clone, transformation, substitution, and body flicker, but it was also required to have a jutsu other than one taught at the academy to pass. This was tough for Naruto because he didn't have a jutsu to learn like Sasuke, nor did many members of his clan back then while they were still alive. It can be any jutsu, but only one that was not taught to them at the academy, such as the water clone if desired.
Nevertheless, you must get it down to the mark or else you will fail. Naruto didn't have any family members to study jutsu from, and he couldn't just go up to anyone and ask them to teach him jutsu because most people didn't appreciate his existence because he was the container of the nine tails. He ended his workout by throwing a punch, and as he did so, the grass underneath him separated slightly due to a small powerful wind that came from him, which Naruto was oblivious of. He closed his eyes and looked up into the clear sky with a melancholy smile as the wind swept past his face, blowing his hair as well. It's not fair, Naruto thought to himself as he approached the tree that held his clothing and the one weapon he had practiced with.
Lying against the bark of the tree was what appeared to be a staff, but it was made of tough bamboo and was accompanied by a small brown sheath. All he had to do was sheath the staff behind his back in the small sack, tighten the belt around the sack, fastening the staff itself, and finally ring the sheathed weapon upon his back in a diagonal manner.
If you're wondering where he acquired the staff, it wasn't from inside a store, but rather from nature outside of the village. It was robust and resilient, yet a strong enough hit would break it. He didn't have any experience with a staff when he first started using it, but he self-taught himself regardless, with his level being slightly below average, but with the appropriate tutor, his talent in wielding the staff can be masterful.
He sat against the bark of the tree, first putting on his sandals, then his gloves, then his tunic, and finally reaching out his right hand, gripping around his staff as he sat Indian style. His hold on the weapon tightens as he gazes out at the grass, trying to think of a means to learn a new jutsu but coming up empty-handed. He abruptly sprang up, an angry expression on his face, and turned to strike the side of the tree with his staff in frustration. "Damn it, and I only have a week from now," he exclaimed as he spun the staff away. His fist quickly strikes forward, striking the bark of the tree, creating a dent in it and barely swaying the tree. Did you just feel the tree shake? He prepares himself by taking a stance in front of the tree's bark, taking a deep breath, and pounding his fist forward into the tree, but it does not shake at all this time. Was it just my imagination? With a groan, he turns around and walks away, attempting to think of a method to learn a new technique. What am I supposed to do? If he had stayed a little longer as he walked away, he would have noticed the crack where he threw his punch. Naruto possessed hidden potential that only needed to be awakened through proper training, the power of a powerful warrior race that he was completely unaware of, and one that had been long forgotten for many years now, like a distant memory that couldn't even be recalled.
If he was to unleash his buried ability, he would need help or awaken it himself in some way. If he had stretched his senses, he would have detected the presence of someone watching him, and it was not a ninja from his village, since the individual wore a tannish gray cloak with his face wrapped in a hood atop. Whoever this person was, his green eyes were narrowed on the child who was going away, intending to return behind the gates of his community.
"So, this is your son, huh?" The cloaked man approaches Naruto's punched tree and examines its bark, noticing the break that occurred after Naruto punched it. The man raised his hand, running his fingertips over the crack, noting its width and girth. "He may have missed it, but I saw the tree shake." He gazed up, noting the height of the tree, which was quite tall. For one to deliver a single punch and make a tree of this size shudder is formidable feat even to an elite-leveled ninja. Sure, perhaps the Leaf's master of taijutsu can accomplish this as well, but someone like him would have to put some level of effort in it. But this boy here, when he punched the tree, it looked as if he didn't put any effort into it at all. I didn't detect a trace of chakra in that punch either. He, too, noticed the grass blowing beneath and in front of Naruto's feet.
This boy, Naruto Uzumaki, is a special one. He has power within him, a sleeping power that yearns to be awakened, which even I could see but he fails to notice.
The cloaked man abandons his post to follow the boy. Naruto finds himself wandering through the hamlet again, with residents either ignoring him or giving him a cold gaze. He paid little attention to it because he would one day become the village's leader, and they would have no choice but to recognize and revere him as the Hokage. However, before he could take the first step toward his desire, he needed to graduate and become an official ninja of the Hidden Leaf Village. As he walked through the village, he was fully oblivious that he was being followed by the cloaked man, who stayed in the shadows as he strolled through the streets, all the while keeping a vigilant eye on Naruto. He understood all about the child's burden bearing the nine-tailed demon fox, as well as the consequences of being cursed with such a weight, and it even made the cloaked man question what he was thinking when he put such a terrible burden on the boy. "Who is that?" the cloaked man inquired of himself. He noticed Naruto standing in the middle of the street before Chunin-level ninja from the academy, who noticed the ninja had a scar across his nose. "He doesn't appear to be a threat to the boy, and I don't detect any malice from him." Naruto asked, "What's up, Iruka-sensei?" "Well, knowing Naruto, I won't be your sensei for long, and I'm confident you'll pass the graduation exam with flying colors." "Yeah, no problem at all," Naruto exclaimed with a nervous chuckle. The boy may know all the required learned techniques from the academy itself, but he has yet to learn a different jutsu other than from the academy, and he has 8 days to do it, the cloaked man observed as he observed the interaction between a smiling Iruka and a nervous chuckling Naruto who was scratching the back of his head. "So, Naruto, where are you going? Do you want some ramen?" "Thank you for the offer, but I'm off to train," Naruto said. "It's amazing how dedicated you are to your training, Naruto, and out of all the people I know who train as hard as you, all I can think of is Guy," Iruka stated, and Naruto laughed. "In fact, it frightens me," Iruka reflected. "Well, I don't want to keep you away from your training, Naruto." "Thanks. Good luck." Naruto quickly arrived at his intended destination while on his way home. However, he wasn't going home, but rather to the academy training field, which was just outside of the Leaf Academy proper. This field was surrounded by a square gate with dummies set up inside for the academy's students to practice and further perfect throwing shuriken and kunai, practice dummies to practice your hand-to-hand skills against, a small area where you can go to improve your chakra control, and finally an area for 2 students to spar against one another. Everything was available for academy students who wanted to go somewhere nearby to train on the fundamentals rather than just going out to the training fields. Training fields, for example, were more for secret training or keeping people safe depending on the type of training you were performing. Naruto visited here once, but it was because of the Sasuke fangirl club, as he refers to all of them. Naruto didn't detest the girls since they liked Sasuke and talked down to him to impress him. They were just girls with crushes. It was nothing for Naruto to get worked up about, so he wouldn't hurt anyone, but if they said anything completely unneeded, he would react vocally. All the girls were undoubtedly here, sitting on the benches and admiring Sasuke while having their own private dreams about him. When they saw Naruto, they would either ignore him and pretend he wasn't on the field, or they would talk down to him in the hopes of impressing Sasuke.
It doesn't, not at all, because it didn't make him look at any of them differently or with curiosity. Hopefully, this was one of those days when people just ignored him and left him alone, but unhappily for him, that did not appear to be the case. As soon as he pushed open the gate door, allowing him into the training field, Ino, who had been sitting down observing Sasuke, heard Naruto open the gate door, capturing her attention and narrowing her eyes on the orphan who entered the field.
Sasuke is so great, you can tell he'll become a Super Saiyan just by looking at him. He's determined, Ino stated as she observed Sasuke. That, and he's from the Uchiha clan, one of the group's girls pointed out. Yes, the legendary Super Saiyan legend. It was a legend that had been passed down through these territories for many years. All believed they had what it took to become a Super Saiyan, a level attained by exceeding one's true limits and reaching new heights of power. It was claimed to be so vast and powerful that whoever became this Super Saiyan would have the power of a god. One that could not be beaten or surpassed. Nobody knows who invented the tale of the Super Saiyan, but it was clearly during the clan wars and possibly during the periods of Madara Uchiha and Hashirama Senju. So far, no one has become this Super Saiyan, despite the fact that they didn't know what conceivable clues there were to discern if you were a Super Saiyan or what one would look like, so they assumed it was a newly discovered strength of power characterized as godlike. In reality, this mythology played a significant role in the entire ninja world that had been preparing them to become such a great warrior. It drove them to get stronger over time, but they were all fully unaware that it was pointless for any regular human. You'd think they'd look at the title Super Saiyan and recognize the word Saiyan. Returning to the problem at hand and away from the legend of the legendary Super Saiyan, Ino finally captures the attention of the other girls by asking one inquiry about Naruto's arrival and presence. What is he doing here? Ino wondered aloud to herself and the other girls. What is Uzumaki doing back here? Doesn't he realize his presence is bothering everyone? Another random girl in the group inquired. He keeps coming back, thinking he can come in here whenever he wants and stand on the same ground as Sasuke. Hasn't he realized yet that this is the field of real ninja? Ino asked. Let's just ignore him, Sakura stated honestly, not wanting to disturb Naruto or put him in any undue danger.
So, even though she found Naruto unpleasant at times, she didn't dislike him all that much.
According to everyone's parents, he's a nasty person who shouldn't be around, but Sakura didn't see it. She only saw a boy who stayed to himself and caused no problems, except for a trick he would do on occasion, which she honestly laughed at. She didn't want to raise any trouble because she didn't comprehend how Naruto's presence on the field would harm Sasuke in any manner. Nobody saw it, but she and Naruto were friends, and she didn't want him to get into an unnecessary situation. That is why she is currently attempting to persuade everyone to leave him alone. I mean, as long as he doesn't get in Sasuke's way, isn't that fine? Oh, listen to yourself, Sakura. I thought you found him annoying and disliked him as much as we do. Didn't your parents tell you how much a bad person he was? Yes, Ino, but to be honest, I don't see anything bad about him at all. What do you like about him? No, it's not like that. Then what exactly is it, forehead? I'm just saying ignore him and leave him alone. Are you defending him? Sakura remained silent. Come on girls, exclaimed Ino as she rose up. Let's go take care of this while Sakura stays behind and defends the loser. The girls stood up and began walking toward Naruto, with Sakura following suit. Wait a second, Sakura exclaimed, attempting to halt them. The cloaked man who had been following Naruto was standing exactly outside the opposite side of the massive gate wall, watching Naruto battle hand-to-hand with a practice dummy. The cloaked man was not far away from Naruto, standing around 20 yards away and watching with a keen eye. All he strives to get stronger, train more, to better himself, and if my predictions are correct, he may enjoy fighting as well. The cloaked man thought. His true power is within. One that he has not realized he has or learned to bring out yet he just needs the proper training and right push. His attention was drawn to a group of girls approaching Naruto. Well, either he's very popular with the ladies or this is going to be trouble. Naruto. Naruto comes to a halt after dodging under the wooden arm that swung toward him and threatened to hit his skull. As he looked over his left shoulder and saw Ino in the group of females behind her, the crouched Naruto raises his right forearm, blocking the wooden arm that was at a lower level of the practice dummy. Just my luck, another one of those days, Naruto reflected. He noticed Sakura standing apart from the others, staring. At the very least, Sakura is not as bad as Ino, and the others are good for her. I don't want to cause any trouble. There wouldn't have been any trouble if you hadn't come in here in the first place, Ino explained. Naruto sighs in frustration as he continues to practice with the wooden dummy, doing his best to ignore Ino. Don't just ignore me. Hey! Why do you have to make such a big deal out of this, Ino? Sakura wondered as she stood back and watched from a distance. Did you not hear me, Naruto? Ino said angrily. Naruto continued to disregard her. You just don't understand that only those with what it takes to be a true ninja can train here. It's basically only the strong who train here. Why don't you go eat at that stupid ramen bar or something? Naruto kept ignoring her as best he could. Better yet, why don't you just go home to your parents or something? Oh, hold on a second, that's right, you don't have any, do you? That's when Naruto's right hand surged forward, punching the top half of the dummy into bits and dispersing the shards of wood through the air before landing on the concrete.
This did not go unnoticed by Ino and the females, whose eyes were wide with shock, and even other kids on the academy training field were staring with the same expression in their eyes. Sasuke Uchiha was looking at Naruto, wondering how he accomplished it, as well as with interest, and not the wrong kind of interest. Overall, the entire field of students was speechless, but the cloaked man standing immediately outside the field had eyes that made you think he appreciated what he witnessed.
There it is again, muttered the cloaked man. There was no chakra in that punch. Naruto turned to face Ino in the gathering of girls, an angry and upset expression on his face. Ino, that was unnecessary, Sakura exclaimed from her vantage point. Was that really called for, Ino? Naruto inquired. Ino did not respond because he realized her eyes and attention were drawn elsewhere, completely perplexing Naruto. Naruto raised an eyebrow in puzzlement as he looked over his shoulder, his eyes widening at what he saw. The dummy he was working with was shattered and lying on the ground, with only the bottom half standing. Naruto was in complete amazement as he raised his right hand and turned his gaze to it. And he has no idea, the cloaked man mused within his thoughts. Did I just do this? Naruto questioned himself, twisting his body to look at the devastation he had inflicted on the dummy. Hey, how did you do that? A random academy student asked him loudly. I don't know, Naruto said honestly as he made another fist with his hand. How did I manage to do that? To be able to punch something like even a wooden dummy to pieces would take many months of training for any normal person, but Naruto here does it like it was nothing at all. Something triggered Naruto's true strength to surface up for that one moment to perform this feat, but what was it? The strive to become stronger, the love of training, quite the large appetite, and now this. How did you manage to do that, Naruto? Naruto turned to face the voice, noticing Sasuke, who was inquisitive. Sasuke? Naruto asked, turning to face Sasuke. He and Sasuke were rivals in several ways. I didn't feel any chakra coming from you with that punch, so how did you do it? Sasuke wondered as he examined the damage. I honestly don't know how I did it. You honestly don't know, or you just don't want to tell me? I don't know, Sasuke, Naruto muttered, his eyes narrowing as he saw where this was headed. How do you do something you don't realize you just did? You either don't want to share anything or you're that bad of a liar. I don't know, and even if I did, what makes you think I should tell you or anyone else? After all, keeping secrets, even from your own allies, is part of being a ninja. But you're not a ninja yet, Sasuke added, his gaze hardening.
Neither are you. I think I know where this is going, the cloaked man reflected as he stood there watching. Just tell him Naruto and stop being so greedy, exclaimed Ino. What the hell, Naruto said, giving Ino that you've got to be kidding me expression.
Tell you what, Naruto, how about a little match? Said Sasuke.
What, you heard me, if I beat you, tell me how you did it.
And what's in it for me if I win? I'll teach you how to do jutsu. You would teach me a jutsu? Naruto was taken aback by the offer.
You're right, but you'd have to beat me. Naruto then smiled, liking this deal. Sasuke belonged to the Uchiha clan, and if Naruto won, he might acquire a jutsu from within the clan.
That sounds like a good deal, Sasuke, I accept your challenge. With a smile, Sasuke responded, good. I can feel it radiating off of him, the excitement, this is the love of battle. the cloaked man observed as Naruto and Sasuke approached the little arena. Soon, Naruto and Sasuke were standing across from each other, with the majority of the academy students sitting in the bleachers and a small group standing aside to observe up close, with the Sasuke fan club cheering. The cheering only irritated Sasuke, whose right eye twitched in irritation. He didn't detest them so much that he wanted them dead, but he found them so tiresome that even Naruto felt terrible for Sasuke. "You remember our deal, right?" Sasuke inquired. Naruto took his typical attitude and answered, "Yeah." "That stance is pitiful. Already I can see multiple openings to attack. Then again, he has been training within an academy after all," the cloaked man thought. Sasuke and Naruto's combat started with the presumed last of the Uchiha clan charging forward, with Naruto remaining in position as Sasuke closed in on him. What Sasuke found strange was that Naruto was not rushing into battle like he had in their previous fight, which Sasuke had won. The Uchiha drew in, bringing his right arm down to his lower right, and once within striking distance, he began unleashing repeated punches and kicks, which Naruto began dodging as he backed away while Sasuke approached. Naruto moved his head left and right, ducking punches and kicks or just blocking them with his forearms, and Sasuke noticed that he was better than their last fight, which had been several months ago. Sasuke leaps into the air, changing his form to throw the bottom of his right foot that was meant for Naruto's face and should have hit because he was faster, but to Sasuke's astonishment, Naruto's forearms formed an X, preventing the attack, which plainly astonished Sasuke. Sasuke can even see Naruto's little smirk as he used Naruto as a kicking stone, tossing himself backwards into the air and landing a distance away from Naruto, and then sprinted toward Naruto with chakra supporting him in his enhanced speed. As he approached Naruto, who was still standing in the same position as at the start of the fight, Naruto lowered his arms down, reducing his guard and leaving himself exposed to assault. When they are within striking distance, Sasuke throws a chakra-enhanced right fist that is sure to hit Naruto in the face, but Naruto dodges by motioning his head to the left, dodging the punch and giving an opening for Naruto to strike. Naruto was about to strike right after Sasuke missed, but the Uchiha seemed to catch a second wind, increasing his speed and managing to shift his shape to deliver a kick across Naruto's face, knocking him off his feet and sliding back. As Naruto descended to ground level, Sasuke landed on one foot while still holding out his right leg. Ino and the girls rejoiced, assuming Naruto was dead, but they are quickly silenced when Naruto recovers, tossing himself backwards and landing on a single knee with his head lowered. "Oh yeah, you go, Sasuke," Ino exclaimed with the other girls. Was the only sound the cloaked man made as he observed Naruto and then Sasuke? Sasuke lowered his right foot to the ground and shook it slightly because, for some reason, whenever he kicked Naruto across the face, it hurt a bit. It was strange to Sasuke because this had never happened in their previous encounter. Was it because of something wrong with his body, such as getting sick, or because of all the training he had done the most of the time? "Ready to give up, Naruto?" Sasuke inquired. Naruto began gently raising his head, and Sasuke's eyes widened somewhat in astonishment, surprise, and shock at what he was seeing. "What? Would you look at him, there isn't a single scratch on him," the cloaked man observed. True, Naruto was looking at Sasuke, and there was no indication of a scratch anywhere on his face where he had been kicked. On his face, which was gradually forming a smile, there was no trace of bruises. Sasuke was perplexed since he remembered throwing this level of strength behind a kick to Naruto in a prior fight, and he remembered Naruto having symptoms of damage, but now he couldn't see anything. Even though Naruto still felt the impact of Sasuke's kick, it appeared as if he had never been hurt. If you were thinking that Sasuke's kick was not his full strength, you were correct. "What just happened?" Sasuke pondered. "Are you surprised, Sasuke?" Naruto questioned, standing up almost as if nothing had occurred, despite the fact that it had. "My training has paid off," Naruto reflected. "You've improved slightly," Sasuke replied. "Even a little bit can change a lot of things, Sasuke, and even on the battlefield." "Don't be so arrogant, Naruto. You have no chance of beating me, just as you didn't have any before. Look who's talking. You're also smug. You have yet to hit me even once." "Don't worry, Sasuke, it'll be here soon." "Your definition of soon is more like years, Naruto." "More or less like right now." Naruto soared into the air toward Sasuke, using chakra that had been focused on his right foot. When Sasuke saw Naruto approaching him, he reared back his right hand, intending to strike Naruto in the chest, but Naruto was quick enough to catch the top of his left arm, flipping himself up and over Sasuke's arm to his right, which was Sasuke's left. Naruto maneuvered quickly enough to fool Sasuke long enough as he landed to immediately whirl around and throw another right kick into the right side of Sasuke's face. Naruto's kick had sent Sasuke off his feet, twisting horizontally in the air, and he was now standing on his left foot, holding his right leg out to his left. Sasuke recovered by landing safely on his feet on the concrete and rolling backwards a little till he came to a stop. No way did that just happen? Ino wondered, as the other girls looked perplexed. Naruto actually hit Sasuke? I don't believe it, Sakura exclaimed. That had to be a fluke, Ino reasoned to herself. Sasuke stood tall once more, looking across to Naruto, who brought his leg down, also looking across to Sasuke, with the Uchiha bringing up his left hand, rubbing the right side of his cheek from Naruto's strong blow, which would bruise but would be barely noticeable. One thing was certain, and Sasuke knew Naruto had become stronger since their previous battle. The cloaked man thought, well done, Naruto. Shikamaru, wake up, Choji yelled, shaking the sleeping ninja on the bleachers. What exactly is it this time, Choji? Naruto and Sasuke are fighting. What else is new, and so what? Naruto hit Sasuke. Shikamaru sits up, looking toward the battleground front of them. Are you sure you're serious, Choji? Yeah, everyone saw it. Sasuke hit Naruto first, but Naruto immediately returned the favor, and you should have seen it. Someone actually landed a blow on Sasuke and Naruto of all people, Shikamaru observed as Naruto and Sasuke stared across from one another. I was surprised, too, and when Sasuke hit Naruto for the first time, it didn't look like he left a scratch on Naruto. Is that right? Shikamaru inquired, eager to see how things played out. The Rookie of the Year has finally suffered a blow, he thought as Sasuke still had his palm on his right cheek, staring across to Naruto, who was now even more determined to beat Naruto and was no longer taking him lightly. Sasuke was recognized as the Rookie of the Year during his academy days, and he had also not taken a single strike from his sparring partners in the ring, but now he has taken his first blow. When the two entered the ring, not even Kiba was able to land a single strike on Sasuke. Speaking of Kiba, he was sitting on the bleachers, astounded, because Naruto of all people had attacked Sasuke, and Kiba was hoping it was him, and he even began hearing what other students who were watching were saying. He hit Sasuke. I don't think I believe it. How did he manage to do it? Was it a stroke of luck? Naruto is now faster than he was before. Did he use any kind of jutsu or something? Do you think he's as strong as Sasuke now, to land a blow on him? From all the gossip I'm hearing, it appears that Naruto has grown ever stronger and growing stronger the more he fights even when coming back from an attack. He is stronger than he was before and faster from what I'm also hearing. Whatever doesn't kill him only makes him stronger. The cloaked man thought, a smile on his elderly face visible. Do you still think I don't stand a chance against you, Sasuke? Maybe now you can throw all of your arrogance away. You have grown stronger, Naruto, Sasuke remarked, pulling his fingers away from his cheek. But now that things are getting serious, I'm going to finish this. Let's go, then, Sasuke. There will be no finishing anything here, exclaimed a familiar voice.
Iruka, with an upset expression on his face, landed between the two of them, putting a halt to the struggle. Iruka-sensei, Naruto inquired, you're interfering with our sparring, Iruka-sensei, Sasuke stated.
You called that a spar? This was no spar, but a fight until one of us was dead or in the hospital black and blue. True, even though Naruto and Sasuke had no intention of killing each other, but rather to beat each other black and blue. A spar was something like landing the first punch on your opponent but not actually hitting them, thereby ending the spar according to academy norms. If Naruto had his fist in front of Sasuke's face without actually hitting, indicating that he would have delivered the killing blow, the spar would have ended with Naruto as the victor. Of course, there was no winner in today's so-called spar. If you pass the graduation exam, you will become Leaf Ninja. You will become comrades, and comrades don is like this. I thought you were going to train, not start a fight, Naruto. No one started anything, Sasuke remarked, capturing Iruka's attention. I challenged Naruto to a match because I wanted to see how much stronger he had grown, and he was free to accept or decline my challenge.
This was partially accurate since when he saw the results of Naruto's punch, he was fascinated not just about how Naruto accomplished it, but also about how much stronger Naruto was.
Naruto responded, I accepted the challenge. Iruka inquired, can I ask you why, Naruto? Well, Sasuke and I are somewhat rivals, but I also wanted to put my training to the test and Naruto grinned, I like to fight. You like to fight? I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's a part of me, Iruka-sensei. Are you saying that you would rush into any fight if the opportunity arose? Of course, not blindly, but if it means defending my home and people, then yes. Iruka's eyes widened in response to what Naruto had just said, yet he couldn't help but smile a little. Okay, you two, I'll let this go, but don't do it again, you hear? Yes, both Naruto and Sasuke responded, their eyes flashing with fire. Iruka, of course, noticed this, and even though he warned them not to do it again, he had a feeling they wouldn't listen. There are other things to worry about, like your upcoming graduation exam in 8 days, okay? That goes to all of you, he said aloud to the other students, reminding them of the upcoming exam in 8 days, and then Iruka was gone with a body flicker, leaving Naruto and Sasuke to look upon one another. Naruto? Sasuke? This is not the end, we will finish our little spar. I don't think you heard Iruka properly? Who said it had to happen in the village? What exactly are you saying? I want to fight you again without interruptions 7 days before the graduation exam, do you hear me? I'm hearing you. Sasuke turned away. I'm going to train, so Naruto, do you expect me to do the same? Naruto turned away. When, and where? The third training ground, so be there at 8 o'clock sharp. If you don't show up, I don't blame you. See you in 7 days, Sasuke. Both Naruto and Sasuke started walking away without looking back, Sasuke preparing to pass up the fan club of girls with Ino in front.
Don't worry, Sasuke, you're all annoying, Sasuke remarked as he passed them, without even looking up as the girls held their heads down.
Meanwhile, Naruto was making his way toward the gate door through which he entered the field in order to leave until. Nice work, Naruto, remarked a voice from a familiar lazy ninja. Naruto came to a halt when Shikamaru, Choji, and even Kiba landed in his path. What exactly do you want? Naruto inquired. You do realize you're the only person in the entire academy who has landed a blow on Sasuke, right? And this is important to me because, well, one word is going to spread throughout the academy, and before you know it, other students will be challenging you or worse. What's the worst part? Says the narrator. Try one of those, Shikamaru remarked, referring to the Sasuke fan club, which had just been admonished by Sasuke that they were all obnoxious. You make an excellent point, and I almost feel sorry for Sasuke, Naruto remarked. How did you do it? Kiba inquired. Do what, punch that thing to pieces? Naruto questioned, referring to the wooden dummy being studied by other classmates. In fact, others had already attempted, with limited success, to replicate Naruto's feat. How about that, and how you got a hit on Sasuke? What jutsu did you use? First and foremost, I have no idea how I did it, and second, I never used jutsu against Sasuke. Is it really that difficult for you, Kiba, to believe that I landed a blow on Sasuke? Because you were the lowest in the class, I'm not sure about that, Naruto said. How did you do it? Kiba said, almost yelling. Alright, I'll tell you. Naruto continued as Kiba listened, curious, and Naruto responded with a smile. I do push-ups, sit-ups, and drink lots of pumpkin juice. Don't play clown with me, Naruto. How about you wait until you stop being so paranoid and jealous? Whoever said I was paranoid and jealous? How about since you started questioning me, go train somewhere, stop when you feel ready, find Sasuke, and hit him if you can. Kiba could only growl at him. Shikamaru inquired, so, what did Sasuke tell you? I beg your pardon? I can tell you and Sasuke were talking about something, so what was it about? It's nothing more than an exchange of hateful words. Why do I get the feeling you're lying? Kiba inquired. And if I am, what business of what I and Sasuke were talking about is it any of yours? Kiba hissed once again. Look, I have to go. Don't mind us, Shikamaru replied as Naruto walked away. Naruto exits the academy training field and walks back via the village streets toward his home. The fight between him and Sasuke had gone out of his mind, and now he had two things to worry about. Learning a new jutsu in order to graduate the academy, and his match versus Sasuke before the graduation exam. He came upon an area under construction with no human activity while going down the street in the evening orange sky. Most people avoid this region, but you can still pass through it if you take care not to damage anything. An interesting fight that was Naruto Uzumaki, exclaimed a masculine voice. Naruto came to a halt and turned around to find the source of the voice. Up here. Naruto looked up to see the cloaked man standing on the tallest beam of a structure under construction, his cloak blowing in the wind and his arms folded across his chest. Your fight with Sasuke Uchiha was interesting, but not spectacular. You were still sloppy. Sloppy? Naruto asked again, his gaze narrowed on the man above. Yes, sloppy like your stance. I saw many points of opportunity to attack breaking through your guard, and if Sasuke knew, he would have defeated you with ease, and not only that, but you had the arrogance to bring down your guard in the middle of a fight. Sloppy, the cloaked man exclaimed as he gazed down on Naruto on the street below. Who in the hell are you? Who am I? I am one who sees great potential in you, Naruto Uzumaki. Inside you, your true strength has yet to be awakened, and you are completely unaware of it. If harnessed and used properly, you can defeat Sasuke in the next 7 days. How do you know about that? Naruto inquired, perplexed. I have sharp hearing. Are you a leaf ninja or perhaps an outside enemy to our village? I am neither. Then tell me, who are you? Show me what you can do, and if you can impress me, then I will reveal myself to you. You asked for it, says the narrator. Naruto launched into the air toward his target, his right hand reared back, and when he came above to gaze down on him, he delivered his punch, only to strike air, surprising him as he landed on the beam the cloaked man was standing on. Naruto almost loses his balance as he waves his arms to keep himself from falling while searching for the cloaked man. So fast, Naruto said as he looked around. Where did he go? Your guard is down. The cloaked man, who appeared out of nowhere, kicks Naruto on the left side of his face, knocking him off his feet from the beam, shooting into another that was targeting the corner of the building being constructed. Naruto quickly flips backwards until his feet touch the vertical beam, then leaps back at the cloaked man, who had just stood where he had initially stood. Naruto unleashes his fist, only to hit nothing but air as the cloaked man evades by leaping backwards away, landing on another construction site within the building on its top floor with no erected roofing above, with Naruto landing ahead of him. You were too preoccupied with looking for me with your eyes when you should have been using your senses. That's sloppy. Shut up, yelled Naruto as he dashed for the cloaked man. Naruto assaulted the cloaked man, throwing punches and kicks while the cloaked man merely evaded or blocked all of his assaults, the two of them surrounding each other, and he began to chastise once again. You are attacking blindly with anger. Anger clouds one's eyes and leads to one's. He slapped one of Naruto's punches away before delivering his right fists into Naruto's stomach, causing him to lose his breath. Defeat. Naruto backs away, falling to his knees with one hand on his stomach and the other on the wooden floor to keep him. The cloaked man gazed down on Naruto and murmured, sloppy. Damn you. Don't tell me that this is your limit. Are you giving up? Naruto's eyes widen as he gazes up at the cloaked man. Never. Then show me that you can rise. Naruto did climb, but not without struggle. That punch was powerful. He's fast, and this guy is strong. Now come. The cloaked man exclaimed as he assumed his own position, which had absolutely no flaws. Naruto attacks once more, but this time he does not make as many mistakes as he did earlier in the fight. His punches and kicks were being evaded and stopped, but he was more focused and concentrated now that his mind was no longer muddled by fury. Not only that, but as the cloaked man evaded, he realized Naruto's strikes were faster than previously, and he had already avoided 4 close calls from 2 kicks and punches aimed at his face. In his attacks, he is faster than before. The cloaked man now attacks with a flurry of punches, which Naruto begins to escape as he backs away, the child concentrated and determined to win this fight. Suddenly, Naruto springs up and performs a spinning kick, spinning around in a complete 360-degree turn, delivering his left foot into the right forearm of the cloaked man's arm, which was aimed for his face. The man was sent skidding off to the right upon his feet about 5 feet away after blocking Naruto's kick with a force and sort of wind coming out of the attack, Naruto's hair slightly blowing as well as the man's cloak, Naruto landing upon his feet facing the man and going into his stance with a growl following afterwards. Meanwhile, the cloaked man still held his sore forearm up while looking off to the right at Naruto, and he was now pleased, but he didn't show it, perhaps because his face was all covered. As Naruto looked at the man, he comprehended what had just happened, seeing how far he had sent the man skidding over the wooden floor, and his face was suddenly one of amazement, wondering how he had done it.
Like I said, the cloaked man said again, grabbing Naruto's attention, you have strength you never realized you had and it is only waiting for you to reach out and take hold of it. You have great potential, Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto gave the man a confused look, noticing the change in atmosphere from the man.
With a cry, the man threw off his cloak, and a figure sprang into the air, landing on a higher, still under construction building. The beam he landed on was really the ridge of the roof, which had yet to be built. The cloak appears to be blocking Naruto's view, but as it is removed, Naruto can see the man who had assaulted him. The man appeared to have long gray hair that he let flow freely, a mustache below and above his lips, brown eyes, and was dressed in a traditional taijutsu master's outfit that was mostly purple and adorned with red armor plating on his left arm all the way up to his shoulder. To top it all off, he appeared to be wearing a long black headband wound around his forehead that went past his mid-back level, with a sign on the headband that Naruto did not know. "I am known as the Master of Taijutsu all over the world. My name is Master Zen. Master of Taijutsu. There is no one in the world who can compete with me in hand-to-hand combat. Why did you choose to attack me?" Zen came before him, showing off his speed to Naruto, who was once again impressed. "I had to witness your talent firsthand, and as I previously stated, I saw the true potential within you." "True potential? Yes, but you didn't even realize you had it all along. You just didn't know how to bring it out, how to use it." Naruto examined his own hands. "A hidden potential that I've always had, but I've been training a lot, so how could I not have gotten a grasp of it if I've had it all this time? Merely performing punches and kicks, throwing around small toys, and running laps will not help you grasp your power. It may help, but more is required. All you need is proper training. Are you here to provide me with proper training? I'm going to be honest with you, boy, because I've been watching you for a while now, seeing you train out in those woods. Your determination and hard work are admirable, but you're still lacking in some areas, such as your stance having openings, your below average level in the staff, and the opportunity to further improve your martial arts study." "Why me?" Before responding, he merely hums to himself. "Let's just say you're unique, Naruto. I already have a lot on my plate right now. I need to learn a new jutsu and prepare for my battle with Sasuke. I will tell you right now, Naruto, you may have demonstrated that you have what it takes to defeat Sasuke, but you will not defeat him in 7 days at your current level. If you want to learn a new technique, that is fine with me. Are you familiar with jutsu? I have something far better in mind than having you learn a new technique. What happens if I refuse? Then that is your choice, but let me say that I guarantee you that after the next 6 days of the training I have to offer, you will have accomplished both of your current goals, learning a new jutsu and, most importantly, defeating Sasuke Uchiha. The decision is yours, and if you accept, I take you up as my pupil and I as your master." Naruto was thinking, thus there was silence between them. "If I accept, I will become your pupil and you will be my master?" Naruto inquired, earning a nod. "When I become a ninja, I'll be assigned to a team and a sensei. Will there be a problem?" "There is nothing wrong with having 2 teachers, Naruto. Come to me whenever you can. I'd be insane to refuse this old man. He is, without a doubt, stronger than me, and who knows what he can teach me. How can I refuse if what he says about me is true? So, what's your response?" Naruto had made a choice. "When do we begin, Zen-sensei?" Zen grinned. "We'll start tomorrow at first light." "That's going to be a problem. Why is that?" "I have the academy." "Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it." "You will?" Naruto inquired, earning a nod. "Are you up to the challenge for the next 5 days?" "Yes." Naruto expressed his determination to succeed. "Good. Now, could you please do me a favor?" "Yes?" "Don't call me sensei because it makes me feel old." "But, you are?" Zen's left eye started to twitch. "Okay, then, Master Zen. Be prepared, Naruto. I will not be gentle with you," Master Zen said as he walked away, disappearing. "Don't worry about the time or place, I will find you." Naruto was at his apartment, relaxing in his bed, minding his own business and enjoying his present dream. In his dream, he was standing across a field with Sasuke on his knees in defeat, surrounded by Naruto, who had his arms crossed over his chest and a smile with closed eyes. "How can this be?" Sasuke said, stunned. "What's wrong, Sasuke? Am I too much for you?" said Naruto. "How did you become this powerful?" "Silly Sasuke, a ninja never reveals his secrets," Naruto adds, placing his fists on his hips. "I guess I'm the alpha dog now." "Naruto," yelled a feminine voice, and he turned to discover it was Sakura. "Hello, Sakura?" She ran into Naruto's embrace, his arm around her waist as she wrapped her arms around his form, placing her head on his chest, Naruto smiling smugly. "Naruto, you are so amazing. Didn't I tell you all I'd become the best?" Naruto asked. "You are so cool," exclaimed Ino, and Naruto soon found his other arm being hugged close by Ino. Oh, Ino? Even though he had issues with Ino in real life, she was still quite similar to Sakura, and they were girls and he was a guy, therefore he enjoyed this dream. "Naruto, do you want to go out with us?" both inquired, Naruto flushed on his cheeks. "Both of you? Please?" each of them asked. Well, what else can I say? Both of them sighed contentedly as they rested their heads against him. This dream was getting better and better. Until a tall figure the size of a skyscraper appears behind Naruto. casting a shadow that threatens to overpower Naruto, who is looking over his shoulder. Naruto's eyes widened as he noticed who was staring down at him with his arms crossed across his chest. It has to have been Master Zen. "Your guard is down." "Huh?" Naruto asked, his eyes wide with dread. Naruto shouts as water appears to take over his vision. Naruto is shown wriggling about on his bed, swinging his arms and kicking legs while Master Zen pours a bucket of never-ending water on his face, and the water doesn't appear to stop. When the water finally came to a halt, Naruto jumped up and sat on his now-soaked bed, drawing a big breath as Master Zen, cloaked once more, stood by Naruto's bedside, holding an empty wooden pail of water. Or was it? "Get up, fool, it's time to start training." "What the hell was that all about?" asked Naruto, who was now standing on his bed with slightly bent knees and his legs apart. "Do you treat your students like this? You only have yourself to blame, fool. That's what happens when you let your guard down," stated Master Zen.
Are you crazy? During my sleep. Then Naruto calmed down a little, but only a little, as Master Zen growled. "And look at this, I have a wet bed because of you," Naruto exclaimed, his hands pointing down to his bed as if he were presenting something important.
"You knew what you were signing up for, so stop complaining, and I don't want to hear any more of it, understand?" "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize waterlogging your students was in the brochure." Naruto relaxes a little more, taking a big breath, and asks, "What time is it anyway?" He looks to the cloak, and his eyes widen at the time. 4 in morning? "No complaints," Master Zen demanded as the wooden pail smashed down on Naruto's broken body. We find both Naruto and Master Zen standing within Naruto's personal training ground outside of the village with the still dark sky above, but it was still morning. Naruto sporting an angry look with his right eye twitching as he had a somewhat bump present upon his head, the master standing across from Naruto with crossed arms over his chest with closed eyes making him sound as if thinking. "Does smashing a wooden pail on the heads of your students count as part of your training?" Naruto inquired. "Be thankful it was a wooden pail rather than a brick one. That's how my last master awoke when I first started training." Naruto paled at that, not wanting to feel it while asking with his mouth slightly agape.
Seriously, Master Zen's former master had to be worse than Master Zen himself, which made Naruto wonder what Master Zen's prior master used to wake him up, but he didn't want to know and pushed the thought aside.
"What are we going to practice today? Are you going to teach me a new jutsu?" Naruto said, eager. "What about a unique taijutsu battle exercise? Or perhaps some specialized training to enable me to move as quickly as you?" "Oh, trust me, it's all special training," Master Zen remarked, smirking. "Normally, one would go through fundamental training first, but since you've been attending the academy, you've learned the necessary skills, so there's no need. There are 6 sections of training: early, mid, and end morning training, followed by early, mid-afternoon, and evening training. Also, realize that you are not to have chakra aid you in any manner during this training. Are you ready to get started?" "Of course, Master," Naruto stated as he assumed his battle position. "You talk the talk, but let's see how well you walk the walk." Minutes later, Naruto is seen jogging with Master Zen on a dirt road, taking in breaths as he jogs with sweat running down his brow. Master Zen didn't seem fazed at all, and they haven't even reached running around halfway around the village, because the village didn't exactly have a complete wall going around it because the Hokage mountain was on the south side of the village. "Don't slack off, and keep moving. Is this training? What did I say about complaining?" Minutes later, we find Master Zen having reached the end of the wall on the other side of the village, stopping and jogging in place as he waited for Naruto to catch up, while Naruto is seen jogging at a much slower pace, taking deep breaths and feeling salvation as they reached the other side and end of the wall. "So tired," Naruto murmured as he approached Master Zen's position, but the man spun around and jogged away. Now we return. Naruto was stuck in place in fear, as if he was looking into a mirror that reflected the expression on his face before breaking to pieces. "No!" Naruto cried in his head as he fell forward and landed on the dirt. "Move it, you dumb!" Master Zen's voice chastised him aloud. Naruto is back on the dirt road jogging, trying to keep up with Master Zen, who was a little ways ahead of him right now, and they had been at this jogging for more than an hour, and it was in fact nearing 6 o'clock in the morning, with the sunrise almost upon them. Naruto was already exhausted, wet from the sweat that had been running down his face. He may have a lot of chakra and all, but... "Now back to the village gates and through the village," Master Zen said, turning around and sprinting back as Naruto sobbed inside to keep himself from falling forward, turning about, and followed Master Zen. "Is it worth it?" Azumo and Kotetsu stood at the village gates, bored as usual and yawning. As they continued to watch over the gate, they both noticed an old guy jogging through the village down the road. "Who is he?" Azumo inquired. "You've never seen him before?" Kotetsu inquired. "No? Guy appears to be in good shape for someone his age." "If there is one thing that doesn't matter in this crazy world we live in, it's one's age, regardless of how old he or she is," Azumo stated. Kotetsu concurred, saying, "You said it." That's when they both noticed Naruto jogging, observing his weary condition soaked in perspiration while taking deep breaths to avoid collapsing and giving up. "Hello, Naruto?" Azumo said as his and Kotetsu's gazes followed the child. "Hey, guys, bye," Naruto murmured, passing them up as he followed Master Zen through the hamlet. "Wow, look at him go," Kotetsu murmured, his gaze fixed on Naruto. "Does he jog with the old guy, or is it just coincidence?" Finally, Master Zen had arrived at his goal, what appeared to be a milk storehouse, and had come to a halt before it, arms crossed across his chest as he waited for Naruto. "You finally came to a halt," Naruto remarked, and when he comes to a halt next to Master Zen, he doesn't care as he lets himself slump forward, exhausted, into the brick road. He asked, his face buried in the dirt, in hushed tones. "Far from it," said Master Zen. "You got to be kidding me?" muttered Naruto. "Get your face out of the ground and look at what's in front of you." Naruto just lifted his head to look forward, seeing where Master Zen and he had been before, which was a milk storehouse. "Milk? I won't complain, I'm thirsty," Naruto replied as he stood up. He exclaimed, running forward with his hands outstretched, but Master Zen grasped the back of his shirt collar, causing Naruto to fall on his buttocks. The youngster looked confusedly over his shoulder at his instructor. "Who said it was just for you? Are you kidding me? What else would we come here for if not to quench my thirst?" "What did I say about?" Master Zen drew a random wooden pail from nowhere and swung it down on Naruto, whose eyes were wide with dread once more, complaining. Naruto let himself fall forward while still sitting up as another lump seemed to grow upon his head within that hair of his somewhere, and if you looked at Naruto's eyes, you would see swirling lines within them. "Now, listen up for the final phase of your early morning training." "Sure, whatever you say," Naruto continued, bewildered. "Have some dignity and sit up." Naruto did as he was told. "Did you see those?" Master Zen inquired, pointing to numerous stacked boxes of milk ready for anyone to take. "I see them, and I'm assuming they're not for us, right? You are to deliver milk to everyone in and around the village before 7 o'clock in the morning. If you don't make it in time, you won't get any." How would you describe Naruto's face? It looked like this confused face. "That's impossible. How can anyone do this in an hour?" "Then you'd better get started. Move now." Master Zen roared down at Naruto, whose hair blew from Master Zen's yell, with a sort of big head jutsu at work. Seconds later, Naruto is seen rushing down the street with up to 6 stacks of milk, trying to keep them balanced and praying to God that he doesn't drop a single one. Master Zen smiled as Naruto sped away with speed, leaving behind a smoke trail. "I'll give him this. He sure doesn't give up." Within Kakashi Hataki's home, the man wakes up from his nap with his mask on, sighs of relaxation with closed eyes as the sun shone through his window, the birds outside on a neighboring tree chirping in melody, and the copy ninja yawned while stretching his arms wide. "That was a fantastic sleep, the best I've had in a long time." Kakashi walks into his kitchen humming a song that sounded like Chala Head Chala. The man made himself some eggs, flipping them over from one side to the other as needed. The man moments later finds himself sitting down at his table with 2 well-cooked eggs, 3 strips of bacon, and 2 pieces of breakfast sausage. "Let's check if it's even here yet," Kakashi said as he proceeded to his door. "I might have to warm my dish up by the time I get back." Kakashi opened his front door, glass in hand, and when he peered down, he exclaimed, "Oh, would you look at that?" There was his daily delivered milk right there waiting for him to accept it. "It's on time," he commented as he picked it up. Even though it was on time, he began to wonder how it was on time, but he found his answer when he looked further down the street to his left and saw a familiar boy zipping from one door to another placing down milk in record time, and thus getting further and further away from Kakashi's vision, but he did notice who it was. Did that happen to be Naruto Uzumaki? When Kakashi returned to his milk and saw the cartoons with a cow on the back, he shook them and smiled behind his mask. Moo. No one knows how he did it, but he did it all in 30 minutes, even going as far as delivering milk to some guy who actually lived somewhere atop the Hokage mountain. Seriously, he had no idea anyone lived up there, and he had been up there on more than one occasion. Now here he was sitting in the center of the leaf square with a goofy Goku-like smile on his face, sweat all over, and 6 empty and surprisingly heavy boxes of milk around him. "I finished it. Breakfast is on the way." The laughter of Master Zen could be heard. Do you think so? Naruto looked up to see Master Zen standing atop a utility pole to his right. What's so funny, Master Zen? I delivered it all. Take another look. Master Zen remarked, pointing down at one of the ostensibly empty boxes. Naruto looked at the box and discovered that there was just one left. How could I have missed that? Naruto yelled within his mind. You have not yet completed your assigned task, and you are one step closer to failing. But where else can you deliver milk? Oh no, Naruto, you are greatly mistaken. There is one destination outside the village you have yet to reach. Where outside the village? Master Zen grinned and explained, the 0th training ground. Naruto felt like he was shattering glass once more, knowing that it was a wildlife preserve filled with hazardous animals and that it was the previous grounds of the Chunin exams, making it much more dangerous than Training Ground 44, the Forest of Death. Are you kidding me? You know where it is, so hurry up, you fool, Master Zen said as he walked away. Naruto swiftly got up and ran away with the milk, leaving the box there till. And don't forget about the box. Master Zen's voice resonated loudly, causing Naruto to come to a halt. Wah! Naruto was at his apartment, relaxing in his bed, minding his own business and enjoying his present dream. In his dream, he was standing across a field with Sasuke on his knees in defeat, surrounded by Naruto, who had his arms crossed over his chest and a smile with closed eyes. How can this possibly be? In amazement, Sasuke inquired. What's the matter, Sasuke? Do you think I'm too much for you? Naruto inquired. How did you become this powerful? Silly Sasuke, a ninja never reveals his secrets. Naruto says, smiling as he places his fists on his hips. I guess I'm the alpha dog now. Naruto. A female voice called, and he turned to find it was Sakura. Hello, Sakura? She ran into Naruto's embrace, his arm around her waist as she wrapped her arms around his form, placing her head on his chest, Naruto smiling smugly. Naruto, you are so amazing. Didn't I tell you I was going to be the best? Naruto stated. You are so cool, Ino's voice whispered aloud, and Naruto soon discovered his other arm being held close by Ino. Oh, Ino? Even though he had issues with Ino in real life, she was still quite similar to Sakura, and they were ladies because he was a guy, therefore he enjoyed this dream. Naruto, would you like to go out with us? Both in unison inquired, Naruto sporting a large flush on his cheeks. Both of you? Please? Each of them asked. Well, what else can I say? Both of them sighed contentedly as they rested their heads against him. This dream was becoming increasingly vivid. But, a tall figure the size of a skyscraper appears behind Naruto, casting a shadow that threatens to overpower Naruto, who is looking over his shoulder. Naruto's eyes widened as he noticed who was staring down at him with his arms crossed across his chest. It has to have been Master Zen. Your guard is down. Huh? Naruto inquired, his eyes wide with dread. Naruto shouts as water appears to take over his vision. Naruto is shown wriling about on his bed, swinging his arms and kicking legs while Master Zen pours a bucket of never-ending water on his face, and the water doesn't appear to stop. When the water eventually came to a halt, Naruto jumped up and sat on his now wet bed, drawing a big breath as Master Zen, cloaked once more, stood by Naruto's bedside, holding an empty wooden pail of water. Was it, or wasn't it? Get up, fool, it's time to start training. What the hell was all that about? The irritated Naruto, who was now standing on his bed with slightly bent knees and legs apart, ordered. Do you treat your students like this? Fool, you only have yourself to blame. That's what happens when you let your guard down, said Master Zen. Are you crazy during my sleep? Naruto then calmed down, but only little, as Master Zen snarled. And take a look at this, Naruto exclaimed, his hands pointing down to his bed as if he were delivering a magnificent speech. I have a wet bed because of you. You knew what you were signing up for, so stop complaining, and I don't want to hear any more of it, understand? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize waterlogging your students was in the brochure. Naruto takes a long breath to calm himself down even more. What time is it, anyway? When he stares at the coat, his eyes widen. 4 in the morning. No complaining. Master Zen demanded as the wooden pail smashed down on Naruto's broken body. We find Naruto and Master Zen standing outside of the village on Naruto's own training ground, with the sky remaining dark above but still weeping. Naruto was looking across at Master Zen, his right eye twitching as he had a slight bump on his head. The master stood across from Naruto with crossed arms over his chest and closed eyes, making a hum sound as if contemplating. Does smashing a wooden pail on the heads of your students count as part of your training? Naruto inquired. Be thankful it was a wooden pail rather than a brick one. That's how my last master awoke when I first started training. Naruto paled at that, not wanting to feel it while asking with his mouth slightly agape. Seriously. Master Zen's prior master had to be worse than Master Zen. Naruto wondered what Master Zen's former master did to wake him up. He, on the other hand, did not want to know, forcing it out of his mind. So, what are we going to train on today? Naruto inquired, eager. Are you planning on teaching me a new jutsu? What about a unique taijutsu battle exercise, or maybe some special training to get me to move as quickly as you? Oh, trust me, it's all part of the special training. With a slight smirk, Master Zen remarked. Normally, fundamental training would be required first, but since you have been attending the academy, you have learned the necessary skills, so there is no need. There are 6 sections of training: early, mid, and end morning training, followed by early, mid-afternoon, and evening training. Also, realize that you are not to have chakra aid you in any manner during this training. Are you ready to get started? Yes, Master, says the narrator. Naruto stated as he assumed his fighting position. You talk the talk, but let's see how well you walk the walk. Minutes later, Naruto is seen jogging with Master Zen on a dirt road, sucking in breaths as he jogs with sweat dripping down his brow. Master Zen didn't appear fazed at all, and they haven't even gotten halfway around the hamlet. Because the hamlet didn't have a complete wall around it and the Hokage mountain was on the village's south side, you'd have to presume that once they reached the other end of the wall, they'd have to sprint back to where they started. Don't slack off, and keep moving. This is for training? What did I say about complaining? Minutes later, we discover Master Zen at the end of the wall on the opposite side of the village, halting and jogging in place while waiting for Naruto. Naruto is seen jogging at a much slower rate, taking deep breaths and feeling relief as they reach the other side and end of the wall. So tired, Naruto murmured as he approached Master Zen's position, but the man spun around and jogged away. Now we're going back. Naruto was stuck in place in fear, as if he was looking into a mirror that reflected the expression on his face before breaking to pieces. No! Naruto yelled in his head as he fell forward and landed on the dirt. Move it, you damn fool! Master Zen's voice chastised him aloud. Naruto is back on the dirt road, jogging to keep up with Master Zen, who is a little ahead of him right now.
They have been jogging for more than an hour, and it was nearly 6 o'clock in the morning, with the sunrise approaching.
Naruto was already fatigued and drenched from the sweat that had been running down his face. He had a lot of chakra and everything, but he wasn't like Might Guy, who was a stamina freak who performed over 100 laps and hundreds of push-ups.
Finally, Naruto can see the end of the wall, which is where they both began, and the sensation of salvation returned to Naruto's face. As he extended his palm out, he was thinking, almost there, I can get a breather and maybe some water. Master Zen jogged to the end once more, with Naruto getting closer and closer, and when he finally arrived. Now go back to the village gates and walk through the village. Master Zen turned around and jogged back while Naruto cried inwardly, preventing himself from falling forward, turning around and following Master Zen.
Is this really worth it? Azumo and Kotetsu were bored and yawning as they stood by the village gates, as they normally did. As they stood guard over the gate, they both noticed an old man jogging through the village down the road. Who exactly is that? Azumo inquired. You have never seen him before? Kotetsu inquired. No? Guy appears to be in good shape for someone his age. If there is one thing that does not matter in this crazy world we live in, it is one's age, regardless of how old he or she is, Azumo stated. You've said it. Kotetsu concurred. That's when they both noticed Naruto jogging, observing his weary condition soaked in perspiration while taking deep breaths to avoid collapsing and giving up. Hey, Naruto? Azumo smiled as both his and Kotetsu's gazes followed the boy. Hey guys, goodbye guys. Naruto remarked this as he walked through the village after Master Zen. Wow, look at him go, Kotetsu said as they all focused on Naruto. Is he jogging with the old guy, or is this just a coincidence? Finally, Master Zen had arrived at his goal, what appeared to be a milk storehouse, and had come to a halt before it, arms crossed across his chest as he waited for Naruto. You've finally stopped, Naruto remarked, and when he comes to a halt next to Master Zen, he doesn't care as he lets himself slump forward, exhausted, into the brick road. Is it all over? As his face was buried in the ground, he asked in hushed tones. Far from it, said Master Zen. Naruto uttered a whimpering sound. You've got to be kidding me? Get your face out of the ground and look at what's in front of you. Naruto just lifted his head to look forward, seeing where Master Zen and he had been before, which was a milk storehouse. Milk? Naruto stated as he stood up. I won't complain because I'm thirsty. He muttered this while sprinting forward with his hands outstretched, but Master Zen grabbed the back of his shirt collar, causing Naruto to fall on his buttocks, the child staring confusedly over his shoulder at his teacher. "Who said that it was for you? Are you kidding me? What else would we come here for if not to quench my thirst? What did I say about?" Master Zen drew a random wooden pail from nowhere and swung it down on Naruto, whose eyes were wide with fear once more, complaining. The pail shattering over Naruto's head, breaking into fragments. Naruto's jaws clenched as the small amount of forming tears were in the corners of his eyes, but he would not allow them run. Naruto then sat up and let himself fall forward as another lump appeared on his head somewhere within his hair, and if you peered into Naruto's eyes, you would see whirling lines within them. "Now, listen up for the final phase of your early morning training." "Of course, whatever you say." Naruto stated that he was still bewildered.
"Have some dignity, and sit up." Naruto did as he was told.
"You see those?" Master Zen inquired, pointing to many stacked boxes of milk ready for anyone to take. "I see them, and I'm assuming they're not for us, right? You are to deliver milk to everyone in and around the village before 7 o'clock in the morning. If you don't make it in time, you won't get any."
How would you describe Naruto's face? It appeared to be something like this confused face. That's not possible. Is it possible to complete this in 1 hour?
"Then you'd better get started. Move now." Master Zen roared, a sort of big head jutsu at work, down upon Naruto, whose hair blew as a result of Master Zen's yell.
Seconds later, Naruto can be seen rushing down the street with up to 6 stacks of milk, trying to keep them balanced and praying to God that he doesn't drop any of them. Master Zen smiled as he watched Naruto go at high speed, leaving a smoke trail in his wake.
"I'll give him this. He sure doesn't give up." The man awakens from his snooze in Kakashi Hataki's house, wearing a mask. He sits up, sighing with closed eyes as the sun shines through his window, the birds outside chirping in melody on a nearby tree. The copy ninja yawned and stretched his arms wide. "That was a fantastic sleep, the best I've had in a long time." Kakashi enters his kitchen, singing a song that sounded similar to Chala Head Chala. The man prepared several eggs, flipping them from one side to the other as needed. The man soon finds himself at his table with 2 well-cooked eggs, 3 strips of bacon, and 2 pieces of breakfast sausage. That's when he noticed his glass was empty, understanding he didn't have anything to drink besides orange juice, but he also drank his milk, which was brought every day but was frequently late. "Let's see if it's even here yet," Kakashi remarked as he approached his door. "I may have to warm up my plate by the time I get back." Kakashi opened his front door, glass in hand, and exclaimed, "Oh, would you look at that?" His daily delivered milk was right there, waiting for him to grab it. He picked it up and replied, "It's on time." Even though it was on time, he began to wonder how it was on time, but he found his answer when he looked further down the street to his left and saw a familiar boy zipping from one door to another, placing down milk in record time, and thus getting further and further away from Kakashi's vision, but he did notice who it was. Was that Naruto Uzumaki? When Kakashi returned to his milk and saw the cartoons with a cow on the back, he shook them and smiled behind his mask. Moo. Nobody knows how he did it, but he did it all in 30 minutes, even going as far as delivering milk to some guy who lived somewhere atop Hokage Mountain. Seriously, he had no idea anyone lived up there and had been up there more than once. Now here he was sitting in the center of the leaf square having a goofy Goku-like smile upon his face, sweat all over, 6 empty and surprisingly heavy boxes of milk around him with few early morning villagers walking past him either ignoring or giving him cold stares. He didn't care right now. "I did it. Breakfast is ready." The laughter of Master Zen could be heard. "You think so, don't you?" Naruto looked up to see Master Zen standing atop a utility pole to his right. "Master Zen, what's so funny? I delivered it all." "Look again," Master Zen exclaimed, pointing down at one of the ostensibly empty boxes. Naruto looked at the box and discovered that there was just one left. "How did I miss that?" Naruto yelled within his thoughts. "You haven't finished your assigned task yet, and you're one step closer to failing. But where else can you deliver milk?" "Oh no, Naruto, you are greatly mistaken. There is one destination outside the village you have yet to reach." "Outside village where?" Master Zen grinned and explained, "The 0th training ground." Naruto felt like he was shattering glass once more, knowing that it was a wildlife preserve filled with hazardous animals and that it was the previous grounds of the Chunin exams, making it much more dangerous than Training Ground 44, the Forest of Death. "You got to be joking. You know where it is, so get there quickly, you fool," Master Zen said as he walked away. Naruto swiftly got up and ran away with the milk, leaving the box there till. "And don't forget the box." Master Zen's voice echoed aloud, making Naruto stop. Wah. The BOOOOOOOX. Naruto went back, placing the milk in the box, now running with the milk inside the surprisingly hefty box, once again leaving behind a trail of smoke in his wake. Naruto found himself minutes later in front of the outside gates of the Zeroth training ground, with only 20 minutes to make it according to his calculations. Never did he know that anyone was inside or where the reservist was inside the training ground. "Your target location is within the center of the training ground," exclaimed Master Zen. Naruto looked around but couldn't find Master Zen anywhere, only hearing his voice. "Where are you? Go!" Naruto ran forward, leaping up and over the gate, landing on the other side, running through the forest blindly. He reasoned that if he ran straight, he'd make it to the center. It was not all easy as Naruto traversed through with all speed, and boy, you wouldn't believe the ridiculous things he went through, including life-threatening ones. One thing he had to watch out for was poisonous plants, and he even came across a log bridge crossing a fast-flowing river that he had to balance his way across with the ridiculously heavy box carrying the milk, and he traversed going over small mountains that weren't those holy crap high ones you'd see in the skies. The worst of them all was when he found himself traversing across an open grassland field and had the distinct impression that he was getting closer to his destination. He reasoned that his target location might be hidden behind those tree lines on the other side of the field. "I have a good feeling about this," Naruto said with a smile upon his face, his cloths having small tears here and there as well as some dirt upon his face. "I'm going to make it," says the narrator. Large paws ran across the grass field within the training grounds, appearing to be sprinting toward a target while growling. Naruto heard something and wondered what that approaching noise was because of his acute hearing. He looked over his shoulder and his eyes widened in terror once again. Oh my, it was a tiger that meows aloud, closing in on Naruto, wanting to feast on him as its starting meal for the day. Good. If you were standing from a distance, it would look absolutely funny seeing the figure of Naruto running across the field screaming in horror with the cat on his tail. "Please don't eat me." Naruto ran through the tree line, the tiger still on his tail, not bothering to look back at the approaching threat. When Naruto came running out through some bushes, he would have slammed face first into the gate that surrounded the house, which was a station, if he didn't leap up and over the gate, the tiger slamming into the gate, receiving a small jolt, making it back off, Naruto landing on the other side, going into a tumble. Naruto comes to a stop from his tumble, now sitting on his butt before the steps heading up to the porch of the Wildlife Preserve Station, his face blank, his hair messy. He was more soiled than he was before as the tiger screamed openly at him from the other side, and the milk still looked okay somehow. Looking at the station, he noticed a radio tower that would allow him to communicate with the village. "I did it." Naruto stood up to his feet, slumped over, not caring if he looked presentable or not, and walked up the stairs, one foot first, then the other. At long last. Once coming upon the porch, he walks to the door and once again falls forward flat on his face with the box of milk out in front of him. Footsteps are then heard as the door is opened, and Naruto looks up to find this woman wearing a green ninja vest and having those red markings on her cheeks like Kiba. It was none other than Hana Inuzuka who was staring at him, perplexed. "Naruto Uzumaki. Here is your milk, lady." "Oh, thank you," Hana said, reaching down and pulling the delivery from the box, as Naruto breathed a sigh of relief. "I am sure that others who come by here will appreciate seeing milk in the fridge every morning. If you don't mind me asking, what time is it?" Naruto stood up and asked. Hana looked over her shoulder upon the mounted clock within the building and answered, "It's 6:57. "Yahoo!" Naruto exclaimed, leaping in delight. "I made it! I made it! I made it! I made it right on time, haha. Did you happen to go through a tornado or something?" "No, I came right through the grounds," Naruto said, still jumping around in delight. "Why would you do that if you could have just come through the front down the safe path?" Once again Naruto's face turned confused face, as he was now frozen in place. He looked to Hana. "I'm sorry, I thought I heard you say front and safe path?" Hana simply pointed to her left, to which Naruto slowly turned his head in the direction of, and there it was, a safe path leading straight to the real front entrance and exit of the Zeroth training ground. I'm sure you can imagine Naruto's expression as he stood there in stunned stillness and amazement. "Are you okay? What happens next?" as Naruto falling back upon the porch with his legs up in the air, with a confused Hana watching, wondering what was going on. Walking out of the front entrance of the Zeroth training ground was Naruto dragging the box that held the milks, and then that is when he heard his laugh once again. Master Zen can now be seen standing atop the fence line surrounding the training grounds, with Naruto below twitching his right eye. "Looks like you were able to make it in time with 3 minutes spare. Next time aim for more." "I was chased by a tiger," Naruto said in a low tone as he turned around looking up to Master Zen. "Seeing you here before me tells me you were able to outrun it. You failed to mention me getting chased by a tiger was part of this training." Naruto then threw the object in hand up at Master Zen, spinning toward the man like a frisbee, but the man simply leaps up in the air, vanishing. Where did he go now? Master Zen appeared behind Naruto, slamming another wooden bucket upon Naruto's head with Katwa yell. The middle day morning training commenced, and this one took place outside of the village, and thankfully it did not involve him being chased by a tiger. Thank heavens for that. Instead, Naruto found himself standing alongside Master Zen, with a farmer right next to them, looking out over a field of dirt where the farmer planned to plant crops but had not yet been plowed. Hey, are we eating breakfast here or something, and is this guy joining us, Master Zen? Naruto asked, confused at the situation, for he was hungry. Forgive me, Naruto, but there is one more task you must complete and then it's breakfast. What was the whole thing about getting breakfast after delivering the milk all about? A lie. It was to motivate you, and look where it got you. I got you this far, did it? Okay, so what do I have to do? This is middle of the day morning training, Naruto. What exactly is? This farmer here was kind enough to let us use his field to help in your training, and he is counting on you to get it done in time so he may plant his crops, and to do it well too. Get what done in time and do what well. I need you to plow this field, the farmer inquired. By myself? Says the author. By yourself, Master Zen confirmed. No problem, Naruto said, eager for breakfast and to get started on this crazy training. Just give me the right tools and I'll get started right away. There is one catch, Naruto. What exactly do you mean, catch? You must plow the field with nothing but your bare hands. Okay, I'm sorry, but that is just ridiculous. No one can plow a field with just their hands. Not true. During times of war, such as the Great Ninja Wars, when tools were unavailable and it was necessary to plant crops for food near base camps, ninja used their hands to plow fields. Naruto retorted, that's just improvising. Not to mention, I am sure there were lots of guys helping out in the work. There is no way I can do this alone. When I was training under my previous master, I was able to plow a field 5 times the size of this field, Master Zen explained. I am sure you can do as well as anyone else that has the right heart and mind, and you are one of them. Do you really believe I can pull this off? I'm going to get ready now. Alright, Naruto said as he dashed to the starting point. Are you sure he'll finish it? The farmer inquired. If you have any doubts, just watch and you will see, Master Zen remarked as he noticed Naruto in position. You already have the necessary tools, Naruto, and it is all you need, focus. Well, here I go. Naruto began to plow through the dirt with his hands, moving forward but at a slower than average pace, which irritated the farmer. As Naruto plowed, he can already begin to feel his hands hurt, and when he finished one row of plowing through the dirt, he brought up his hands looking upon them. His hands were already starting to feel like they were on fire, and he wanted to close his eyes as tightly as he could to block out the pain, but he was not going to give up. Even though they began to hurt, Naruto began to plow the next row of dirt, and although that the farmer can see that Naruto's determination was admirable, the boy's speed was lacking. He'll have to move much faster so I can plant the crops on time. You're right, he needs a boost, Master Zen said. Not something to bribe him with such as breakfast or morale, but something else. He needs something to give him positive attitude. Then he had it screaming out to Naruto, grabbing his attention as the child halted just near halfway done with the second row, and he also blew on his hands. Do not think upon the negativities of this part of training and focus only on the positive. Positive? Yes, having negative attitude can just as well affect your training, giving you drawbacks, but if you block it out with positive sense of mind, you can not only finish this training on time and move on to the next phase, but you can do anything. Anything. Naruto repeated the phrase in his thoughts as his palms tightened into fists. I can do this. Then go ahead and do it, Naruto. Alright, let's get this done, Naruto declared emphatically.
The farmer was impressed with what he witnessed next, as Master Zen's wise words seemed to work, as Naruto seemed to have received a second wind. The boy was now plowing faster than he did before, already finished with the second row and already began with the third, plowing, and plowing. Naruto was moving faster than even the usual farmer would in plowing, even faster than him.
Wow, look at him go. With the right positive mind, one's training can produce positive results. May I ask you a question, Mr. Zen? Why are you assisting and training the boy? I am completely aware of his burden, but you should not judge a book by its cover. I know what you mean by that. I for one respected the fourth's wishes, unlike most of the village. Yes, Naruto Uzumaki is indeed a hero, the hero who saved the Leaf Village. It was now 8 o'clock in the morning, and both Naruto and Master Zen were at an outside restaurant within the village, a filthy Naruto sitting across from Master Zen, eating his well-deserved breakfast, with 3 bumps on his head somewhere within that forest of hair. As Naruto ate his food, Master Zen was thinking about how he hadn't had any breakfast and wasn't hungry, and no, it wasn't because of Naruto's table manners, but because of his growth. He has lasted this long where most have just given it up before and even after the second phase of this training. Let's see how well you do, Naruto. Master Zen then took notice that Naruto had finished his entire plate, saying done and more please. The old master merely chuckled at this, seeing that Naruto had a great hunger as well, although they would soon have to restart the training starting at 7:30 promptly. However, even with this on mind, he chose to ask Naruto a question. Naruto, what is your main goal in life? Huh? Do you have a main goal, a dream? You betcha I do. Oh? I intend to become the next Hokage of my village. I intend to become a ninja legend, the strongest of them all. I see, and why do you want to be the next Hokage of this village? So that I can gain the respect I deserve and the entire village will stop looking down on me. When I become Hokage, the entire village will have no choice but to respect me. Aside from being the strongest man in his village, do you know what a Hokage is? He is someone who is willing to die for the sake of not only his village, but more importantly his people, Naruto said, smiling. I see the same determination in those eyes as I did in his, Master Zen observed. I am confident that it will be a historic day for you, Naruto, and that you will realize your dream. You think so? That is up to you. Will you become Hokage? You better believe I will. Are you ready for the next phase of your training? Yeah, let's do it, Naruto exclaimed proudly. The ending of the morning training took place atop the roof of the academy itself, as we find Naruto sitting cross-legged on the roof with Master Zen sitting across from him. Now in this part of the training it focuses on the mind. Does this mean we're going to be reading from books and stuff? Correct, and not only that, but you will also learn how to fight smart. Training the mind is just as important as training the body, with literacy being a great help in this phase of training, Master Zen said as he tossed a book to Naruto, the master pulling out his very own copy. Now turn to page 46 and begin from the top please. Despite his dislike of reading, Naruto had no choice but to turn to page 46 and begin reading from the beginning. He sat in his living room chair, alone, watching TV, wondering what he had done, until there was a knock at his front door. He stood up from his chair, walking to his door, opening it to none other than her, seeing the sad smile on her face, the eyes of wanton lust. Master Zen, seeing Naruto's delay, cleared his throat as if something was trapped in his throat, raising an eyebrow. Go on. What are you doing here? He asked, and she replied, I need you now more than ever. I can't stop thinking about you. I see you in my dreams of ecstasy. Naruto had that look upon his face.
Continue. He immediately apologized with all his heart for the cruel things he had said, pulling her inside his apartment, taking her to his bedroom, throwing her on his bed, and proceeded to saint. What the hell am I reading? It's nothing, Naruto, continue. Master Zen urged as he had his face hidden behind his copy.
Hold on a second, Naruto said as he began reading more on the page and his face began to turn red at what he was reading. Is this porn? Of course not, Naruto, don't be such a fool. Rip. Naruto ripped off the cover, revealing the true cover hidden beneath, causing Naruto's right eye to twitch as he saw what Master Zen was forcing him to read. I knew it. You were perverted, old man. This is one of those pervert make-out paradise porn books. It's not porn, but it is a romance novel. This is a part of training. Do you get away with tricking the young reading this smut? Disgusting, perverted old man. As birds fly away from the commotion, the familiar sound of a wooden bucket echoes loudly. End morning training had concluded, and now was the time for rest, as Naruto and Master Zen can be seen resting against opposite sides of a tree near the path in the park. Naruto was relaxing, feeling the wind on his face, his hair with closed eyes, and Master Zen doing the same. To be honest, Naruto had never sat down and relaxed like this before. In fact, he was into it so much that a butterfly came resting upon his nose, with Master Zen having a chirping bird coming down resting upon his shoulder. I honestly have never really done this before, Naruto reminded himself. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but it's kind of nice to sit down, relax, and enjoy the peace and quiet.
Rest is also a crucial part of training the body and mind. One mustn't riskily proceed on without letting the body have a time of rest, but that is entirely your choice to make depending on your situation. Master Zen spoke wisely.
Noticed, Naruto continued to relax. Master Zen? Yes. You could have warned me about how messy this training was going to be, and I would have dressed differently. You may do so the next time if you wish, right? It was that time of the day when the kids left the school for 30 minutes because it was 12 and that signifies lunchtime. They were able to go anywhere in the village eating whatever they brought with them or not eat anything at all if they didn't want to, but just so long as they report back into class by 12:30 all was good. Sakura and Sasuke were walking through the park, with Sakura attempting to converse with Sasuke but the Uchiha ignoring her. Sasuke, what did you think about today's lesson? Sakura asked. Sasuke didn't reply. Did you notice how badly Ino was trying to get your attention? What's up with that? No reply once again, and Sakura was getting a little irritated seeing as she was at least trying to strike up conversation with Sasuke. Yes, she had a crush on him, but when it came to striking up a conversation, well, you know, if only she knew of the things in his mind. His older brother's massacre of his entire tribe, years of loneliness in his life thus far, as well as his ambition, the death of his brother, and vengeance for his clan. So they mentioned your great ancestor Madara Uchiha. What did you think of that? It must be fascinating being from such a powerful clan with so much history behind it. Once again Sakura received no reply. Man, what's Sasuke's problem? He's good looking and all, but he's a real mood killer? All he does is isolate himself from the rest of the world? She wondered. She then decided to ask another question that she thought he would not care about either. So Naruto was not in class today. I know. That surprised Sakura because Sasuke finally responded, and what was strange was that it was about Naruto. Why do you think he didn't show up to class today? Beats me. Maybe he was too scared to see you? I doubt it. Naruto doesn't appear to be afraid of anything. That wasn't entirely correct. If only he knew about the tiger that chased Naruto through the Zeroth training ground. What do you think he is doing now? Sasuke narrowed his eyes as he remembered their fight from yesterday, the words they exchanged, and the date of their fight. Probably training, Sasuke said, coming to a halt in front of Sakura, who looked back at him, puzzled. I need to get stronger if I want to beat Naruto and him. Beating Naruto, but Iruka-sensei said. I don't care what he said. I am wasting my time here sitting around in a classroom listening to the pointless history about past battles, ninja, clans, and bloodlines. That stuff can be learned later. What is more important is getting stronger. Sasuke. She looked away from his for a second, recognizing a familiar someone they were talking about. Well, Sasuke, I don't think Naruto is training at all. How psychic are you? Sakura turned around to face Sasuke, narrowing her eyes and crossing her arms across her chest. Of course not, she exclaimed. Then how would you know? Because, Sasuke, Naruto is right over there. Sakura said, pointing to her right in a direction Sasuke looked, and Sasuke saw Naruto resting against a tree. Master Zen was on the other side and couldn't be seen. Looks like he is sleeping and what has been doing playing in the mud. Playing in the mud, yeah right, that'd be a waste of his time, Sasuke thought, his gaze narrowing on Naruto. Sasuke, noticing all the minor tears within Naruto's clothes and dirt, told him that Naruto was doing something besides playing in mud or dirt. Naruto was practicing, and even Sasuke can see that. Sakura gazed upon Naruto, seeing him lying against the tree with a butterfly on his nose and a smile on face, and it honestly to her made Naruto look cute, making her chuckle. Look at that, he's so peaceful. She giggled to herself, I can't believe I think Naruto looks cute right now. That's when she observed Sasuke going toward Naruto's direction, already halfway there. Oh no, what is Sasuke up to? Sasuke came to a halt right in front of Naruto, looking down at the sleeping Naruto, and to confirm that Naruto was sleeping, he could hear a light snore coming from Naruto. Master Zen was seated on the opposite side of the tree, conscious of Sasuke's presence, keeping a close eye on him despite the fact that he couldn't see through the tree, but more along the lines of keeping a good sense on him. As Master Zen sat there, he could sense the fury within Sasuke, and it was powerful. In fact, he had never sensed this much hatred from anyone for a long time now, and this is how he knew that it was Sasuke in front of Naruto. Master Zen was not going to attack unless Sasuke tried anything on Naruto, who was currently resting, which was a much needed one since he earned it. As Sasuke stared down on Naruto, he couldn't help but recall their struggle from the day before, and how Naruto was able to hit him for the first time when everyone else in the academy had failed. His hands formed fists, and Master Zen on the other side of the tree narrowed his eyes, but Sasuke's fists were no longer clenched as he turned around and walked away. Not yet, he says, but in time, in 5 days, I'll repay him, and I'll win. He's one to keep an eye on, Master Zen thought. As he looked back over his shoulder at Naruto, Sasuke rejoined Sakura on the path. Sasuke, are you okay? Sakura inquired, only to receive no response. Hey Sasuke? Kiba's voice called out to him. What could he want? Sasuke wondered, turning his gaze to the approaching Kiba and Hinata Hyuga, who was approaching both her and Sakura. What do you want, Kiba? If it's another match, don't bother unless you want to eat the dirt again? Arrogant son of a, it's not that I'm conceited, it's just that I know. What could you and Sakura be doing out here? Kiba asked, looking between the two. Don't tell me that you actually got him to go out with you, Kiba asked Sakura. Well, Sakura said with a smile. No, Sasuke said immediately. Then why are you two out here? Kiba inquired, his gaze drawn to the sleeping Naruto to his left. Hinata stated, it's Naruto. Kiba glared at Naruto, and then, seeing his sleeping form and guard down, he smirked and said, it sure is. Sakura inquired, what are you up to, Kiba? Nothing much, Kiba said as he searched the ground for something. Don't, Kiba. Sakura, Kiba, and Hinata were surprised who it was that said for him to not do whatever he was going to do, and it was coming from none other than Sasuke. The Uchiha was looking at Kiba with that look he always seemed to wear every single day, his face alone imploring Kiba not to do it. What's with you? Kiba asked as he found what he was looking for, reaching down picking it up. Kiba, don't do that. Sakura said, seeing the rock in Kiba's hand, who was tossing it up and down. What? You're going to throw a rock at Naruto, and while he is asleep? How old are you, by the way? Sakura asked. What is with the both of you? Since when did you defend Naruto like this, though you two hated him? Whoever said either of us hated Naruto? Sakura inquired. We don't despise Naruto just because he exists and because of what others say about him. Kiba, please don't do it. Hinata asked. What purpose would this serve you? Sasuke asked. Call it a test of his skills, Kiba said, smiling. You're going to use that as an excuse? Sakura asked. Really, Kiba, we know he trains a lot like Sasuke, but just because he trains doesn't mean he'll be able to stop a rock while sleeping? Put the rock down, Kiba, and go find something more productive to do with the time you have, like stuffing your face? Suggested Sasuke. Kiba glared at Sasuke as he looked between the three of them, telling him not to do it. Okay, fine, Kiba said, making them think he meant what he said until he said aloud, psych. Kiba threw the rock in the direction of the sleeping Naruto, who was closing in on him, and Kiba thought it was going to hit its target until the rock suddenly vanished before hitting its mark. This confused Sasuke, Sakura, Kiba, and Hinata as they were wondering where it went, but in reality it was intercepted by one that moved at great speed. They didn't see him. The next second after it vanished, the rock appears again, but this time it is thrown back toward Kiba's direction at a greater speed than when he threw it. The thrown rock hits Kiba's forehead, knocking the Inuzuka off his feet and onto the concrete path through the park. Sasuke looking away from Kiba and back toward Naruto with wide and curious eyes, wondering how Naruto did something like that without even moving, while sleeping. As Kiba whined with his hands on his brow, kicking his feet, Master Zen was seen sitting behind the tree opposite Naruto, chuckling with closed eyes and a smile on his face. Kiba didn't see that coming. How the hell did he do that? Kiba said as he sat up, a red spot on his head as he glares at the sleeping Naruto, who did nothing. Some kind of jutsu? If it is, how come I have never read on one like that? Sakura asked. Neither do I, Sasuke added. I'm leaving. Sakura quickly followed him, followed by Hinata, and then Kiba saw another rock and reached for and grabbed it, standing up and rearing it back to throw until Sasuke's hand comes out and grabs the collar of his shirt, yanking him away and causing him to lose grasp on the rock. Hey, you're an idiot. You're the idiot around here, Sasuke. This coming from the one who was hit in the head by the very rock he threw. Screw you. Later in the day, we find Master Zen and Naruto standing in the village street, staring at the same construction site of newly built buildings where they met the day before. What exactly do I have to do for this part of the training? Naruto inquired. You are to assist these men in their construction work, Master Zen explained, drawing a puzzled look from Naruto. It will make sense to you by the end of the 5th day. Whatever you want to say. Like I said at the start of this training, jutsu is forbidden to be used to assist you in any way, including chakra. You may use tools, but only handheld tools. If I detect chakra coming from you or see you using any power tools, the training is over. Got that?
Yes, sir, Naruto said, feeling small. Help these men any way they ask you to, such as assisting moving the beams, loading and unloading cement, building the houses as fast as you can but carefully and without making a single mistake. Not only are you getting stronger through this part of your training, but you will also earn money for your service.
I don't know about that part, Naruto said as he looked away. If it's about not getting paid the fair amount, you don't need to worry about that. Really? Believe me, those men will not dare to offer anything less than what you will earn. Now go. Sitting in his office at the academy, which housed not only the administrative side, where the mission assignment desk was, but also the Hokage's office. The old man, third Hokage, also known by his name Hiruzen Sarutobi, was doing the one thing that all cages hated doing in this line of work, and that was paperwork. As he raised his pen, he wrote approved, then grabbed the next one and wrote rejected, again, 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 and again, and then not again as he wrote denied. That's when he heard a knock at the door and thanked the heavens for a distraction away from paperwork, even though it was going to be for a couple of seconds. Enter. It had to have been Iruka, Lord the Third? Iruka, what can I do for you? The Third inquired, then realized. Shouldn't you be spending time with your students right now? Right now, Mizuki is filling in for me. I've come down to ask you a question. And what would that be? I was wondering if you knew anything about Naruto because I haven't seen him in class today. I knew I forgot to do something. The Third told himself this while striking himself in the head inside. The fault is mine, Iruka. You see, Naruto is currently undergoing special studies for the next 5 days. He'll be back to you in time for the graduation exam. Special studies, Lord Third, and by whom? No need to be concerned, I heard from an old friend a long time ago. Okay then, Iruka stated. Thank you very much, Lord Third. Anytime, and please accept my apologies for the delay in informing you. This old man is not getting younger. Move faster, you fool, Naruto heard Master Zen shout. Naruto was currently running back and forth, lifting and carrying wooden beams from one area to another for the workers to use in the construction of the buildings, his head wet with sweat and parts of his hair leaned over from the sweat. If this is your limit without the aid of chakra and jutsu, I will smash another pail upon your head, and this time it won't be made of wood, but that of brick. As Naruto began to move faster, the outcomes were as Master Zen had predicted. Good, very good. Naruto minutes later is seen walking across the street, bringing one foot in front of the other, carrying a wooden beam upon his shoulders, sliding crouched. Make use of those legs. Don't ever drop it or you will be sorry. Finally, the early afternoon training was over, and Naruto found himself in front of the worker in charge. Here you go, Naruto, have a nice day, he remarked with a broad smile, handing Naruto money in exchange for his services. What's the matter with you? Naruto inquired, observing how strange the man was behaving. What's the matter with me? Why do you bother asking? Please don't beat up on me. What? Nothing, you run along now with your master and have a wonderful day, and I meant a glorious one at that. Okay. Naruto turned around and walked away. I'm curious what's going on with him. Once again, have a nice day. The man remarked this while waving his hand and showing a bulging bulge on the back of his head. Have a good one. Did you get your full earnings? Master Zen inquired as Naruto came to a halt in front of him. Do you know what I did that surprised you? Follow me back outside the village for the next step in your training. It was now time to begin Naruto's training in the middle of the afternoon, as Naruto and Master Zen stood near the shore of a large lake, the two of them standing on a pier. So, what exactly are we doing out here? Are we going swimming or something? Well, you certainly are. Awesome, I get to cool off. Who said this wasn't recess? It's not. Naruto inquired, his gaze drawn to Master Zen, who stood to his right. Then why are we here? You must swim 10 laps around the entire lake, no tricks allowed. Do you not see the size of this lake? What did I tell you? Master Zen grabs Naruto's collar, lifts him up, and tosses him, about complaining? Splash. Now swim, and don't even think about coming in until you've completed your laps, or I'll just kick you back in. Kick me back in, and for what reason would I rush for land? Perhaps because these waters are teeming with sharks. Okay, Master Zen, I'm not an idiot. Everyone knows there are no sharks in this lake. Look again. Master Zen replied with a chuckle, pointing to his left, which was also Naruto's left. Naruto turned his head in that direction, and lo and behold, a shark's fin was swimming his way. Ah! As Master Zen watched Naruto swim away from something that wasn't really there, he began to swim away with the shark hot on his tail. This was the wonders of genjutsu, and Master Zen couldn't help but laugh. Naruto continued to swim in as fast as he could away from the supposed shark that was right behind him, which was really an illusion. There was one point where Naruto did try going back to shore, but then and there Master Zen appeared, delivering upon his promise, kicking Naruto back in. He was working out even though he was swimming to cleanse himself of grime and stink while being pursued around by a damn shark that was really an illusion manufactured by Zen himself. Naruto eventually finished his 10 laps around the lake and was back on the pier, drenched and taking deep breaths. Since when did this lake have sharks? Naruto questioned himself. Is it all over yet? Not yet, my boy. What happens now? This will be the final part of your training for the day. What exactly does it entail? Naruto has a frown on his face, and Master Zen only laughs. Based on his chuckle, it's definitely not good. Minutes later, Within evening training, Naruto finds himself tied to a tree by a rope, Master Zen sitting on the branch of a tree above him, and Naruto with a puzzled expression. Okay, now I'm perplexed. Why am I chained to a tree? All I'll say here, Naruto, is don't try untying the rope or you'll pay the price. It was pretty obvious from the start. Aside from being tied like a dog, what am I supposed to be doing here? It's simple really, what exactly is it? Master Zen throws a kunai up to something above Naruto, which hits its target. Naruto then heard a buzzing sound and paled when he looked up to see what it was. No, dodge. With a smile, Master Zen said. Bees began to fly out toward Naruto, who became agitated as the bees attempted to sting him while flying around him, and as Master Zen advised, he began to dodge, but he wasn't dodging every single one of the bees. Ow. Ah. Ow. Ouch. Ow. Ow. Hey. Ow. No more. Why? Dodge, you moron. As birds flee from the old man's laughter, the loud howl of Master Zen's laughter echoes throughout the evening. Finally, Naruto was resting as he lay atop a bench in the village in front of the dango shop, an arm and leg dangling from the side, Naruto covered in bee stings, Master Zen sitting beside him, arms crossed across his chest, eyes closed. I'm relieved that's over, Naruto said. You start the same training all over again tomorrow. The boy falls over the bench and hits the ground, and Naruto feels like his world has shattering as he thinks of the word again and no, and he swears he can hear Master Zen's laughter echoing within his head. Are we starting over? He'd better not wake me up like that again. Naruto narrowed his eyes. He won't this time, believe me.
Naruto was sleeping in his bed when his alarm clock went off at 4:30, and when it did, Naruto shot up, hands raised, ready to fight. He looked to his left, right, and up, and even went as far as looking under his bed. Master Zen wasn't present.
I guess he didn't expect me to wake up before he struck. With a smug smile, Naruto said. Since he's not here, I should be able to take a shower.
Naruto went to his drawer and pulled out a white shirt and black shorts to use for training, then heads for the bathroom but comes to a halt before the door because he had a thought. What if he's been waiting for me in other parts of my apartment? Naruto rushed around his apartment, searching every room, even the kitchen, for Master Zen, but what if he was in the bathroom? Naruto cautiously opened the bathroom door, taking a peep inside without seeing Master Zen in sight anywhere and not even within the tub since the curtain was parted open. With a sigh of relief he pushed the door open, closing it behind him, setting his cloths down upon counter near the sink, reached for the mirror which opened as a cabinet, and then after he opened it.
Your guard is down. Water shoots out of the cabinet into the surprised Naruto's face, knocking him off his feet and making him wonder how the hell Master Zen fit in something so small. To be continued.
That's it for this podcast. Thank you for listening to this video. If you did enjoy this part of the story, like, share, and subscribe for more. And thank you all for helping support, and have a great day.